What's up, y'all? It's Customized Key, and today we're talking about dating in college. I've gotten a lot of questions about, why weren't you dating anybody in college? Or do you just not like anybody? Or what was wrong with all the guys in college? And to be honest with y'all, dating in college is really not that big a deal. At least it just wasn't for me. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to give y'all the rundown of why I didn't date in college. And yeah, so I went to a predominantly white institution, which means that the number of black people that were on campus weren't really that much in comparison to the total number of students that populated the campus. Now, when I was there, we had about 47,000 students, and of those 47,000, I want to say between 3,000 and 7,000 of them were black. I ain't see 3,000 black people. I ain't see 7,000 black people, but allegedly that's how many were there. Of course, you had your black people that hung out with white people, so you never seen them. Or you had your black people who hung out with other races and other cultures or whatever that didn't really participate in predominantly black activities or come to predominantly black activities. On campus programs like the Black Power Rally or some of the fashion shows or things of that nature where a large majority of the black population of campus would attend or be present at. So that was that. Now, I did date while I was in college. I just didn't date anybody at Michigan State. I didn't really want to be honest with you. I just was completely uninterested. And that's not to say that there weren't guys there who were attractive or who were smart or anything like that, but I just didn't find anybody that I was really interested in. And I never met any guys there who put forth the effort to say that they were something or someone worth committing to. So I kind of just let that go altogether. I just wasn't interested, and it was just something that didn't really impress me. So I kind of didn't see the relevance in like, oh my God, I gotta have a boyfriend while I'm here. That's just not me. That's not who I am. And I've just never been pressed. So that was that. The majority of the guys that I met when I was in college, they all was like for everybody. They all was like, it was just so many thirsty girls just all flocking to them. They like to play games. I don't have time. I don't have time for that, okay? Time is the one thing that I just cannot get back. So I'm not going to waste my time on guys who just want to play games and be for everybody. And when you in college, like, that's really not what you there for. I know this might sound like, oh, she just ain't had a hose or whatever have you. But to me, it just wasn't about that. I didn't come to college for that. I was more goal-oriented than like, oh my God, I got to have somebody to talk to or whatever. Now, if I needed a bae on demand or wanted a bae on demand, I could have that easily. But I just didn't see the relevancy in that. I'm a person, I like long-term relationships. I like to see a return on my investment, and I like to get to know people. So a lot of the guys, that's not what they was looking for. They was like, look, I need a quick fix. I need, that fast money. I need, no, that didn't work for me. So while I was in college, I did have a lot of very good male friends. And to be honest with y'all, when you talking to guys in college, first of all, you shouldn't take them seriously because, like I said, some of them just be for everybody. And you don't want to be out here looking stupid, claiming somebody be like, oh, I talked to so-and-so, I talked to so-and-so. They're like, girl, yeah. Like, it's so many thirsty girls that literally just throw themselves at guys in college. It's like really disgusting. Like frat guys and athletes. Those are the types of people who girls just literally be like, oh my God, do you need help studying? I'll come over and study with you. Like, that's just disgusting to me. So for me, that was just something that I didn't really see as relevant. Almost every girl that I know that dated somebody in college, they was getting cheated on. And just from being on the outside and observing it, I just was like, I'm never going to put myself in that position. Now, don't get me wrong. There were some good guys out there who was like, you know what? I'm not going to cheat on my girl. I'm not going to that's just not who they were. But that was very few people. Like some of those girls who was getting cheated on, They living their life with that same guy that was cheating on them. They married now, got kids, but I'm sorry, you just not gonna have me out here looking stupid. And I hope that y'all take my advice from this video. If somebody is interested in you, let them be interested in you. Make them put in the time to get to know you and everything like that, and start off as friends. That is a big portion of why I did not date when I was in college. A lot of the guys, they just wanted to meet girls and, you know, get them drunk and hook up with them and things like that. And that's just not something that I was interested in. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. And I don't see that as fun. I don't see that as beneficial, and none of those things appeal to me. So I was the type of person, I was like, if you're interested in me, you'll be my friend first, and that'll tell me everything that I need to know about you. And from being friends with certain people, I just was like, no thank you, no thank you, and I just moved on from there. I never really saw a point to like date while I was in college, especially guys that were on my campus. Now, I did have a boyfriend while I was in college. I had one boyfriend because I just don't take people seriously at all. But I had one boyfriend in college, and when I brought him around, it was like, first of all, it's my senior year, and I had took him to like some tailgates and everything like that. And my friends who knew about him, you know, they weren't really surprised, but other people who knew me and we was just like cool and stuff, when I took him around, I was like, you know, this is my boyfriend, Phil, blah, blah, whatever. And everybody looked at me like, boyfriend? You let somebody be your boyfriend? So, you know, it was just a shock to them. But once they saw the type of guy that he was, they like, oh yeah, she not playing. Like, you have to, as a woman, I'll say this. If you're a guy and you're watching this, I don't know what to tell you. But for girls who are watching this, do not get so wrapped up in these guys when you go to college. They will always be there, and you don't want to be out here looking stupid. You don't want to have the reputation on campus like, oh yeah, she going, or she loose, or, you know, she just out here. Because to be honest with you, when you want to do stuff professionally, you never know what other people's motives are. And don't get me wrong, everybody want to be successful and things like that, but they never want you to be more successful than they are. So you don't know what people's motives might be. You never know who gonna say what, or who might bring your name up in a negative light. So you kind of just want to avoid that. I just think that when you in college, this is my one big takeaway. You should not be going to college to try to find someone. If anything, you should let that someone find you. 2, start out as friends. That will tell you every single thing that you need to know about that person. Let them know, like, you don't have no intentions and blah, blah, whatever. Now, if it develops into something, then cool. But you should always, always, always start off as friends first, because that will just tell you how they are when they drunk, when they upset, when they happy, when they surprised. Like, all of those things are things that you need to know, especially if you're considering dating someone. You need to know how they're going to help carry themselves and be a representation of you. If you're a friend of that person already, you kind of already have a good glimpse as to who they are as an individual. So you'll have a lot more trust. You'll have a background knowledge of the things that they like to do and the things they like to say, and what could possibly happen when they a little too turned up. You know how protective they'll be over you. You know how they will respect you and respect themselves, and how they will act in public and not in public. So you kind of want to remember all of those things. And just the last thing that I want to tell y'all is that when you're in college, you are not where you want to be. So I don't think you should be looking for somebody. In the words of Cardi B, get to where you got to go. Get your bands, get your coins, get your paper, that degree. And then you should be looking for somebody, because when you got your stuff together, you will meet other people who also got their stuff together. And if that ain't a more perfect setup, I don't know what is. I'm Customized Key, and thanks for tuning in with me. I hope that you'll come back. I hope that you'll tell a friend. I hope that you'll share this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out.